Hello and welcome to this week's newsletter, and this week we'll start with the European Tour, and Collin Morikawa became the Race to Dubai champion, the old Order of Merit winner. He was phenomenal. He capped off a fantastic year where he's won a major championship, the Open Championship, obviously at Royal St George's. He won a World Golf Championship event back at the early start of the year. And then he won the Race to Dubai as well by winning the DP World Tour Championship last weekend over in Dubai. Fantastic golf. For a long while, it looked like Rory McIlroy was going to win the tournament. He never really had a chance of winning the Order of Merit or the Race to Dubai Championship, but he had every chance of winning the World Tour Championship. It just didn't quite hold the putts on the front nine, and then on the back nine, obviously Collin Morikawa just caught fire. Played the last 7 holes in 5 under. Rory had a couple of bad breaks. He hit the pin with a second shot on one of them, and it spun back into a bunker in an awkward spot, and he couldn't get it up and down, and that just seemed to hold Rory's momentum. But yeah, Collin Morikawa took full advantage, and actually, even if Rory had played quite well on the back nine, which he didn't, I don't think he would have caught Collin Morikawa because he was awesome. So yeah, the young American, what is he, 22, 23 years old, the world at his feet. And he's now won, let's say, the Race to Dubai Championship by winning the World Tour Championship. So phenomenal golf, phenomenal year. What a career he has got in prospect. He hits it so straight. His iron play is phenomenal. His approaches to the green is incredible. I think it's almost in Tiger Woods territory when they do the, what's the stat called? I can't remember the stat what it's called now. But anyway, his approaches to the green stats are very much similar to Tiger's approach to the green stats. So yeah, phenomenal. And when he putts well, like most of them, yeah, he's pretty unstoppable. So Collin Morikawa won the Race to Dubai Championship and the DP World Tour Championship, 2 tournaments in one. On the PGA Tour, Taylor Gooch won over in, where was it held? I can't remember it. Where was it held? Georgia, wasn't it? Sea Island, yeah. On the PGA Tour, Taylor Gooch won over in Sea Island, Georgia, next to the sea. Beautiful golf courses, but the wind didn't really get up, and scoring was very low. Taylor Gooch basically won 22 under, shooting 64, 65, 67, 64 to win by 3 shots from Mackenzie Hughes. Phenomenal scoring that, okay? But like most seaside golf courses, even the same as ours, when the wind doesn't blow, they do play a little bit easier. So yeah, great scoring there. Taylor Gooch won over in Georgia there. On the LPGA Tour, they played their Tour Championship final event on the season, the CME Group Tour Championship, where Jin Young Ko continued her amazing form by winning from one shot from Natasha Hakatoka, the Japanese player. She was incredible, Jin Young Ko. I think at some stage she had like 9 birdies in a row or something. It was ridiculous. And she managed to hit, so I think it was 65 greens in regulation in a row. Imagine going that. 65 greens in regulation. Incredible stat that. I think the best on the men's tour is something like 35, 36. So she's nearly doubled the amount of greens in regulation in a row that anybody else has done. So incredible goal from her. And what a 3 months she has done. She's now obviously world number 1. And I think she's won 4 out of the last 5 events. And there's some ridiculous stats about the golf that she's played. It's phenomenal. Like all but 3 of the rounds in the last 3 months have been in the 60s. It's just crazy, yeah? Jin Young Ko, phenomenal golf. Just kind of Nelly Corder was the star of the show up until maybe 2 months ago. And then all of a sudden, Jin Young Ko's gone this absolute tear up and won everything in front of her. So phenomenal golf from her. Well done to her. She won the Ladies LPGA Tour Championship with some startling golf. I think she only won by 1 shot, but even so, you know, just hitting that many greens in regulation in 72 holes is a miracle, let alone that many in a row. But yeah, great stuff that. In other tour news, did you see the social media post from Tiger Woods in the week? He was showing himself clipping a few balls away. And he said, making progress was his little tweet. Fantastic news. Tiger Woods swinging a golf club. His swing looks super silky, as it always does. Lacked a bit of speed, which is understandable. And it'll be interesting to see if he can get that speed back to be able to compete at the highest level, because it's such a power game these days. But it was good to see Tiger Woods hitting a few golf balls on social media this week. In Galston Golf Club news, unfortunately the weather's not been quite as nice as it was in Abu Dhabi or in Florida where the women, or Sea Island, Georgia, when the men played their game. But yeah, we keep on struggling through, and we'll go back to last Thursday's midweek Stapleford where it's a strong westerly wind. I hate that westerly wind. It does us no favours on the golf course at all. It doesn't help us anywhere, does it? Apart from the first tee shot where we don't need it anyway because it's a short par 4 anyway. But anyway, conditions were tough. I didn't play very well, but the scoring was very difficult. It was difficult. But in Division 1, Richard Reynolds won with 33 points. Richard, well played. He beat David Watson on countback, also on 33 points. Wayward Arundel in third with 32 points. In Division 2, Paul G had a fantastic 40 points. That's a really good score in those conditions, Paul. Well done. He beat Captain John into second on 36 points. Also with Rick Atkinson and Martin Simmons both on 36 points, but on countback. And in Division 3, David Moore, well done David, he got 39 points, another good score, beating David W. Marshall into second on 37 points and Robin Greenlass on third on 37 points. Well done to you gentlemen, good score in that. Anything over 36 points was very tidy. Next we'll go back to last Sunday's mixed monthly Stapleford where a new member Ryan Martin won Division 1 with 34 points. Well done, Ryan. He beat Chris Duffy into second on 33 points. In Division 2, Graham Milan, another new member. He won Division 2. Graham Milan won with 36 points, beating Martin Farrow into second on 35 points. And in Division 3, Pete Simiao won with 36 points. He beat Tony Cranny, Mark Morgan, and Pete Philbin into second, third, and fourth, respectively, all on 34 points. Well done to you, gentlemen. In shop news, we've got a Black Friday sale. So we've got a whole load of shirts behind me lying there and ProQuip tops, plus a load of clubs there on the rack. We've got some TaylorMade SimMax irons for $549, last year's model there. So a fantastic price, normally £800. We've got some Ping G410 drivers, last year's model, up for $349. Plus some hybrids as well. We've got the Shrixon driver there. Again, these are all last year's model, all 2020 models. Shrixon driver there, £179, absolute bargain. Freewood's £89, hybrids £79. Some Cleveland wedges down here, £79 as well. Some Titleist, a couple of years, these are older models, okay. Some brand new models there and some ex-demos there. £149 for a brand new Titleist Freewood, and £239 for the Titleist driver. Plus the fact there's some TaylorMade Sim hybrids down here as well, £139 for them. So if you're after a bit of a bargain this weekend, this Black Friday sale will be available until Monday morning. Come and take a look at our little Black Friday sale items there. Come and grab yourself a bargain. Welcome to this week's strategy hole, and this week we're on the 7th, the most easterly hole in the UK, okay, and it's a real tricky par 3. It's quite a small, narrow green, or quite a long, narrow green, I should say, and there's plenty of room front to back, but left to right there's not much room at all, and it always plays across the breeze, doesn't it? So it's always very tricky, and normally it's slightly into the breeze as well because the prevailing wind is coming from over my kind of left shoulder there, yeah, so it's always quite tricky. Plays into and off the right, so the wind's pushing the ball over the cliff, so it's a really tricky par 3, this one. Really it's all about getting the clubbing correct off the tee, isn't it? I'm on the white tees here, look at my watch, and most importantly it's 149 yards to carry that front edge. That's the hardest bit, it's all carry. As we said last week on the 6th hole, you'd be amazed how little yardage you carry through the air, really, especially when it's cold and wet and damp. The ball really doesn't go very far at all, so we've got to make sure that we carry it over onto the front edge. That's your first objective. Look at your phone or look at your watch or look at your GPS unit and just make sure that you've got enough club to carry it over that front edge of the green and not land it in one of the bunkers. Obviously you're going to miss it left, you're going to miss it right. The big miss, obviously we don't want to miss it too far left, but actually missing it right is no good either, because it's a real sort of bare area on the right hand side, isn't it, and makes it difficult to chip from. Let's go and take a look at the green and see where we do and don't want to miss it.
Right, here we are up by the 7th green, and these are the 2 front bunkers we've got to clear. Flag is at the back, so it does leave us plenty of room to play with. But I always think that you need an extra club on the 7th. Always play one more than you think. I see very few people actually go past a pin on this hole, yeah? So it doesn't play uphill, I don't think, but actually it's always, I see so many golfers come up short. So always play one more club than you think, okay? Now, clearly, we don't want to go left, because left is danger, left is the cliff, left is out of bounds, as I said in the 5th, but this time we've got the whole of England to the right of the green, so we don't really want to go left. And in fact, that left-hand bunker can do us a bit of a favour, really, because it can stop the ball bouncing off over the cliff, yeah? So don't miss it left unless we're in that bunker. Don't miss it right, because we've got this bunker over here, which isn't the worst position to be in, especially if you like your bunker shots. But the area around the green, because it gets a lot of traffic and it's quite high up, we know the lies, and Danny's working hard to improve the areas around this green. That's why we got to leave our buggies down the bottom there, because it's working hard to try and improve this area around the green. But we always know that it's very patchy and very bitty from over here, and you're not always guaranteed a good lie. Plus the fact it makes it a very difficult chip shot over this bunker or over this brow over here. So it's one of those. Where do you miss the green? Well, don't miss the green ideally, but actually missing it over the back is not the worst option. There's plenty of room over the back there, just the 8th tee. So if you go a little bit long, no real danger there. Or ultimately come up short, but come up short of the bunkers there, because that's what makes it so difficult as well. So all in all, a fantastic little hole. Always plays very tricky, a lot more difficult than probably the stroke index suggests, but it's a great little hole, the most easterly hole in the UK. And yeah, just make sure you take one more club and carry it over that front edge, which is 150 yards from the white tee. So that's the 7th hole. Strategically, a very, very difficult hole. But if you want any help with your game on the golf course and you're not sure about your strategic options, then come speak to me and we can book you in for a playing lesson. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.